So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the latest in my series on Best Supporting Actor Oscar snubs of the last 50 years now. This seems like a very obvious choice, and until I researched it, I forgot that he wasn't nominated for this part. Now, the incomparable Robert Shaw, one of the most underrated British actors of his generation, starred in many big hits throughout the years: Battle of Britain, the Navarone series, The Sting, Taken with Felon 1, 2, 3. But he became an international superstar yet again when he played Quint in the Steven Spielberg-led Jaws. Now, Jaws was a sensation when it came out. It was the first big summer blockbuster that everyone is still talking about. And the plot of Jaws is very simple. Amity was a coastal town, is starting to be terrorized by a great white shark. Now the shark has been using the area as a feeding ground until the local sheriff, Roy Scheider, recruits not only RichardDreyfuss, kind of an oceanographer scientist, to try to battle the shark, but Quint. In the movie, Quint is hired literally by the town. He's a shark tracker, and he basically claims he can bring the great white down. Now, Shaw's character is not really what we call a seafarer. He sees profit in the operation as it goes on. But as the plot develops, with Shaw kind of unofficially leading the group, we find out that there's many reasons why Quint has taken up the mantle of a shark hunter. There's a very famous scene where he recounts the fact he survived the USS Indianapolis. For those who have never heard of the sinking of the boat during the Second World War, a lot of survivors were killed by shark infestations around the boat's debris. I think it was literally in the dozens. RichardDreyfuss and Roy Scheider are his co-stars. Dreyfuss plays the oceanographer scientist. Scheider plays the sheriff. And as a sign of Shaw's experience at a role, no matter what role Shaw took, either a lead role or supporting role, he made the actors around him better. Now, Roy Scheider, a very competent actor, but I think Shaw made his performance a lot more focused. Spielberg had said that Scheider was kind of concerned he couldn't do the part, but actually Shaw kind of brought to the best. But RichardDreyfuss, who was developing some very good lead and supporting roles around the time, Judy Kravitz, other performances were going on. Goodbye Girl, his Oscar winner, was a couple of years away. It was a time where Dreyfuss was getting into his prime, and there are scenes between Shaw and Dreyfuss, especially when they're sharing stories that lead to the Indianapolis soliloquy, which allegedly Shaw improvised a little bit on the spot. It's probably one of the best moments in movie history. Now, to not give away the movie too much, Shaw also gives one of the greatest death scenes in film history. There's a major scene where the shark basically attacks the boat and draws Shaw into his jaws and literally cuts him in half. And I'm not giving away too many spoilers because we all know basically the basic finish of the movie. For those who haven't seen it, just because Shaw dies doesn't give you the full end of the denouement between Schneider, Dreyfuss, and the Great White. Now, Shaw died a few years later. He had health concerns throughout his last number of years. But Shaw is probably, for my money, pound for pound, the most diverse of the British, New Wave or Angry Young Men movement. He was a writer, he was a developer, he worked great with all different types of casts. And I remember him in the Robin and Marion had a very strong performance as well. Like, the only thing I can compare it with is like William H. Macy, or even characters like Steve Buscemi, which I mentioned in the previous one. He made every role, small or large, his, and he made the movie better. And put it this way, if Quint, as played by Robert Shaw was played by somebody else like Rod Steiger, I don't know who else, Jimmy Stewart maybe, it wouldn't be the same character. Robert Shaw was playing a Brit, playing an American, playing a Brit, playing an American. Very layered. And Black Sunday was another great performance a couple of years later. But the thing is, he died way too soon. He was only in his 50s, but he was a tremendous talent. And even bad movies like Swashbuckler, he was the best at it. So if you have a chance, check out Shaw's IMDb.com page. Check some of his previous roles. I like him in Battle of Britain as well. He played that German soldier. There's different diverse roles. He could play almost anything. But I'm very regretful if Shaw would have lived. Imagine the great movies he would done with De Niro or different stuff. He never was big on the crime dramas. He was an action star, really, in many, many levels, and that's what he's known for. So listen, on this January day, as a big snowstorm is heading to New Brunswick, I wish you a great week. And as Robert Shaw said in Jaws, and I can sing it, not as good as him, farewell and adieu to you fine Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to the lady of Spain. Chomp chomp. Have a good one. Bye.